Have you ever wondered why waiting 2 minutes for an important text message feels like absolute torture, but waiting 20 minutes for a pizza is fine? It's not about how long you're waiting. It's about something else, something your brain is wired to despise.
See, we all think the problem is that we're just impatient, right? That the longer we have to wait, the worse it gets. But that's not it at all.
The truly agonizing waits, the ones that drive you crazy, are the ones where you are completely, totally powerless.
So this isn't really about your level of patience. It's about a fundamental need wired deep inside your brain, the need to have some say in what happens next. It's so easy to blame yourself, to think, oh, I'm just so impatient. But what's really going on is that your brain is sounding an alarm. It's a biological reaction to having zero control. It's not a character flaw.
So what is actually happening in your head during these moments? What's the real cost of being forced to sit back and do, well, nothing?
Okay, think of your brain as a problem-solving machine. Its entire job is to look at the world, figure out a plan, and then act on it. It wants to push buttons and pull levers.
So what happens when there are no buttons to push, no levers to pull, when there is literally nothing you can do to influence the outcome? Well, it flips into what you could call an anxious monitoring mode. Since it can't do anything, it does the only thing it has left. It watches, it scans, it obsessively waits for any new piece of information, and your mind just spins on a hamster wheel of, what if? Let's make this super clear with an example that I'm pretty sure every single one of us has been through. It can be the longest, most stressful 2 minutes of your entire day. You know the feeling. You've sent that crucial message, maybe after a first date, a job interview, whatever. And now, you wait. The ball is completely out of your court. Now, you have two choices here, right? You can do the passive, wait, just staring at your phone, obsessing. Or you can do something active. Get up, wash the dishes, answer an email, literally anything else. Just staring at the phone, that's pure tension. You're locked in that monitoring mode, and every single second feels like an eternity. It just magnifies that feeling of helplessness. But the second you get up and do something else, you give your brain what it's been craving, a sense of control. You're still waiting, sure, but you're not powerless anymore. You've given your action-oriented brain a new job to do, and that tension just dissolves. Okay, and this leads us to the most surprising part of this whole thing. It's about what your brain is really looking for when it's waiting. And I promise, it's not what you think. This is where it gets really interesting. We assume that all that anxiety is about desperately hoping for good news. But that's not your brain's #1 priority.
Of course, you want the news to be good. That's obvious. But on a deeper, more mechanical level, your brain is after something else entirely.
What your brain truly wants is just an answer. Any answer. It wants an end to the not knowing. That open-ended question is taking up a ton of mental energy, and your brain just wants to close that file so it can move on. Think about it. The discomfort of uncertainty is sky high. But the moment you get a result, even if it's bad news, that specific anxiety just plummets. There's a weird kind of relief in finally knowing because the powerlessness is over. Your brain can finally switch out of monitoring mode and back into planning mode. So when you really look at it, that terrible feeling of waiting isn't actually about what might happen down the road. It's about the feeling of being completely stuck, with no control in this very moment.